Welcome to the Buffalo Cannabis Network Premier Member Spotlight, where we connect with pioneers and leaders shaping the cannabis industry right here in Western New York. I'm Stephen McMorrow, founder of Buffalo Cannabis Network, and today we're diving deep into some insights and experiences that make our premier members stand out. This series is all about building real connections, sharing industry knowledge, and elevating the cannabis community together. So sit back, get inspired, and let's get into it. Joining us today is Courtney Lynn from Weed Ross Insurance, a commercial insurance provider in the industry. She specializes in cannabis coverage and is passionate about making insurance simple and reliable for businesses in this space today. We are going to be going over a few common misconceptions and topics people may overlook in the industry. Courtney, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So why don't we start with a little background about yourself and Weed Ross.
Yeah, I'm Courtney Lynn, and I'm a producer with Weed Ross Insurance. Weed Ross has been in the insurance industry for the last 67 years. We started, here just south of Buffalo, New York, and we're spreading our way across the state.
Fantastic. The first question I want to get into is basically what makes Weed Ross the go-to insurance agency for cannabis insurance?
Yeah, we are the premier insurance agency in the cannabis industry. We know the unique challenges that the cannabis market faces, and we know the steps we need to take to protect those businesses.
So why is specialized cannabis insurance so important for business owners?
Yeah, it's not just important, it's crucial, right? One little misstep and your business could be over before it starts. The biggest misconception is that people can put it off, or they don't need it, or it's something last minute, and that's not the case. We need to make sure that our businesses are covered, and the cannabis industry has some unique coverages and challenges that really you need a specialized agent to make sure that those risk mitigations are there.
When do you need it?
You need it before your business even opens.
Before?
Yeah.
You're putting together paperwork.
Right.
One of those paperworks.
You're in your build-out phase,
is insurance,
right?
yeah.
You're in your build-out phase, and you have construction workers on your site. Someone falls and gets hurt. Someone trips over some materials. Who's going to cover that? Your general liability would cover that.
What are the biggest risks that cannabis businesses face that insurance actually covers?
The insurance covers more than you think. A lot of cannabis industry business owners think that theft is not covered, but it is covered. It is covered. Contamination is covered.
So like a B&E, a smash and grab into a dispensary,
Yeah.
Is that covered?
Yeah, as long as you are compliant with the OCM regulations and you have all your COAs and everything that is done by the book, everything should be covered. Mold, theft.
Mold is covered.
Yeah.
They get mold that decimates a crop or something. That's
crop coverage. Really,
insurance.
the only thing that we struggle with covering here in Western New York is, outdoor growers for the weather.
Oh, okay. You're talking about like frost or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Give me a biggest myth about cannabis insurance.
Is that you can put it off. A lot of people put it off where they wait to get it until they need it, right? Or they don't have it and then something happens and they wish they had it. So a misconception too is that it's really expensive. It's the cannabis industry, it's new, it's gonna be way more expensive than any other business that you can insure. And that's simply not true. The coverages are the same, it's just tailored to the cannabis industry. You're still paying for liability, you're still paying for property coverage. So it's not as expensive as people think it would be.
What coverage gaps do cannabis businesses often overlook?
So we have the main coverages. We have the general liability, property, workers' comp, but some endorsements that we like to put on there are equipment breakdown, business interruption. A lot of people don't think that they need the commercial auto or hired and non-owned auto. If you provide delivery, or even if you're a cultivator and you're transferring product, or you have your employees that are driving their own vehicles, it's really important to have that hired and non-owned auto endorsement.
What about cyber?
Oh yeah, cyber is a huge one too.
Cyber's a big one, right?
Yeah, especially with the POS systems that are required by the OCM to use. Cyber's a big one as well.
Okay, so does every cannabis business need cyber security?
Every business
needs cyber security. Okay.
needs, in this day and age, everyone needs it.
So how does Weed Ross support and advocate for Buffalo's cannabis entrepreneurs?
So we like to think that we were ground level. As soon as cannabis became legal, we decided that we wanted to be kind of first to the game in the insurance industry for cannabis. So we really put forth an effort to educate ourselves, follow everything that the OCM was doing, and just align ourselves with people that were kind of paving the way in the cannabis industry so we could stay up to date and really help our customers.
Yeah, that's evident in you and your team really being present at a lot of the events, not just BCN events that we put on and you guys are always showing up, but really events around the state, around the country, and things like that. Trying to be a name in the industry by being active,
For sure.
which is kind of clutch. One more question: what is the process for quoting cannabis business insurance if somebody was to then reach out?
Yeah, we start by having like a one-on-one discovery meeting where I just get to learn more about your business and how you operate. And then we have a few questionnaires that you need to fill out just for the logistics. And then I go ahead and submit all that information to our carriers, our underwriting process. They sometimes come back with a few more questions, and then I'll present the quote and we can adjust and kind of tailor that coverage when it comes back to meet your needs, and then it's just a few signatures and you're ready to go.
All right, and then as time goes on, you can add insurance,
Yeah,
or even subtract
yeah.
it or something like that. But
If
kind of
you
adjust
were
it.
to add some operations, say you were a micro and you started off just cultivating, and then halfway through the year you opened your retail space, we could just add that to your policy midterm.
And then one other quick thing: Weed Ross was not named for getting into the cannabis industry. This weed part of it predates the cannabis industry.
It does,
which
yeah.
Kind of, so you guys have kind of been destined to be in this industry. So just a quick thing: how did that come about?
Yeah, so John Weed founded the agency back in 1956, something like that. So yeah, it's actually somebody's last name, and then Gary Ross took it over for him when he retired, so that's how he came up with the name Weed Ross. So when cannabis became legal, it just was kind of a natural flow to move
Capitalize on the name for sure. And John probably got a lot of flack back in the day, and especially in the 60s, as it went through a bad time, especially being last name Weed. So that's a wrap. With one of our incredible premier members, big thanks to Courtney for sharing knowledge, expertise, and passion for the industry. We always thank Weed Ross's support in everything we do. So thank you for coming in and sharing some knowledge. Hopefully people get some good takeaways from this. If you're looking to grow your network, gain exclusive business opportunities, and become part of Western New York's leading cannabis community, join us today. You can follow us on social media, subscribe to our newsletter, and visit buffalocannabisnetwork.com to learn more. I'm Steve McMorrow, and this is the Buffalo Cannabis Network Premier Member Spotlight, where the best in cannabis come to connect. Until next time, stay informed, stay connected, and stay elevated. Thank you.